the new version of iBoat opens up in this fashion. And I'm zoomed out, and you'll see some evidence of various routes and activity. Now, what's interesting about this version is the weather. Or at least I think that's the biggest new change. So down here on the right, there's layers of papers. You can open that up, and you can select your various chart depiction. So you've got the vector on the one side and raster, and then there's a plane. I've got the grid set up. There's a satellite overview. Now, as you scroll down, you've got the choices of weather. So if I hit the wind, which is, as a sailboat operator, I'm pretty much interested in, but motorboat operators would be as well. I've also got the isobars set up. And then down here, there's a depiction of styles of wind information. So there's a streaming option called the particles. You've got the arrows, and then we have actual values of wind strength. And then so let's take a look at that combination. So the weather that you're seeing here is because we're online, and it automatically accesses the weather for the next 24 to 36 hours. There's a way of downloading weather. Let me clean this up a little bit. So if I turn off, well, let me back up, sorry. You've got numbers, these dark numbers. These are actual values of wind. The streaming only indicates the direction of flow, and it overwrites at the moment the arrows. The arrows are visible if we zoom in, but let's turn this off for a second. Now we don't have the numbers, we have the general flow idea where the isobars are. Then I can turn off the isobars and just leave the wind there. Now you can start to see the arrows, and you can see their general strength of the feathers. Now I'll zoom in. And then along the bar, you can see, oops, the other way, go forward. You can see things change. And then if we go back to some of this other indication, add the, and then add the numbers. So we now have isobars changing, the highs and lows moving around, the wind strength estimates changing. Now, much more zoomed in to my territory of the world, to the upper Chesapeake Bay, mid-Atlantic. I've got the current switched on. I can turn that off in another way. At the moment, I like to leave it there. So we're in Baltimore, so we're zooming in. This is the vector chart. So it opens up. Now you can see the wind values, and it's hard to find them, but there's an arrow here. And I'm moving backwards. Now I'm going to go forward again. So the streaming stops being as predominant, so it doesn't overlay the chart so much. So we'll go to weather. We go up here to the left-hand corner to the TC symbol. We scroll down to the weather window, weather table. And then if we go offline, and then it's asking me, should I go ahead, do you want to access the weather offline screen? I'll go yes. So at the moment, it's in a different area, so I'll zoom back down again. So there's a rough, let's see, I've been doing sort of that area. Now up here where these hash marks are, you can adjust things. So this is 3 days, GFS, wind, air, clouds, pressure, humidity, wave model, current model. I'll leave that so. And then there's a 4.8 megabyte download. Go ahead and do that. This is going to take a moment. but then it suddenly loads. And this data remains resident on board, and you can access it without being connected to the internet. So pick 3 days, pick 5 days. Here we go. It's loading up. Tap to finish, successful download. Now we go, we're done. Done with that part. Now this means that if I zoom back out to the picture we started with, we see the area. I'll zoom in a little bit to get a little detail, and then I can go forward. But I'm still connected to the internet. Let me turn my my thing off here. I'll do the airplane mode. There we go. I think that, well, I better turn this off too. Yeah, okay, right. Okay, that works. All right, so we should not be getting any data. Okay, but now I can go out. I think it was for 3 days. Yeah, it was for 3 days. And then when it comes to being very zoomed in, you want to check out an area that you think you're going to be going towards. The weather now going backwards because I'm so far forward, you can see, but it takes a bit of study to see the detail. There's another element of weather as well. We'll go to here. You can do a metrogram. So we have turned on, and this will be at the ship, but I can also move it to a particular place. So here's the place for convenience sake. You can turn the wave information on and off. You can turn the temperature on and off. You can turn the wind on and off. So the numbers down here, it gets to be a little fine, and you can read, but there's a highlight. So for instance, we have over here the wind at the top. We've got the waves at 1.3 feet, which is why it's so smooth. It's very calm down there. And we have the temperature. So you can get the detail that way, and you can move this around. So I think that the addition of the weather information and the detail and the ability to download and store and also to, I can't do it myself, but to do it through the Iridium connection. So there you go. Quite valuable, quite portable. Good day. Again, this is Captain Miles of the Pride of Baltimore II with the new version of the Time Zero iBoat 2.0 version and a little bit more. Good day.